Today we're going to walk through how to change the thermostat in a Fusion 508 FCG pizza oven. To begin, we'll need to assemble our supplies. To replace the thermostat, you'll need a new thermostat, a wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a pair of pliers. Now that we've assembled our supplies, we can begin changing the thermostat. To start, make sure your pizza oven is unplugged and that you've given it plenty of time to cool down if you've been using it recently. Now we can remove the knobs, the oven tray, and the crumb tray. For our next step, we'll flip the oven upside down carefully so that we can remove the base screws and the perimeter screws. After flipping the oven over, I went ahead and used our Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screws that are on the sides of the oven, the bottom, and then next to the crumb tray. We can now remove the base by lifting up from the front leg pegs and sliding forward. We'll lift that right out. And now we're going to go ahead and remove the nut that is holding the thermostat to the oven. So use your wrench and loosen the nut. I already did so I'm just going to go ahead, loosen that and slide that right off. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the bar that is currently attached to the thermostat and that's holding it to the inside of the oven. So we'll take our Phillips head screwdriver and remove the two small screws and washers that are currently inside of the heating compartment of the oven. So we will loosen both of these up and then set them to the side. These are really small parts, so just make sure you are putting those in a safe space so we're not losing those. And now that those are removed, we can use a little bit of elbow grease to push from the front of the thermostat and slide this to the side. There's one more screw that we're going to use our Phillips head screwdriver to remove, and after that we can remove the wires from the thermostat and the bar. I went ahead and removed the screw from the thermostat and also took the bar off and set that to the side for reassembly. So now we're going to take our pliers and remove the wires from the current thermostat. So you're going to maneuver this about until you can get a clear sight of one of the wires. Use your pliers, pull from the base, and slide that right out. So we'll now do the same thing with the red wire. Go ahead and throw out your old thermostat. Take your new thermostat, attach the black wire to the top and the red wire to the side. And we'll now take our bar and screw that back to the thermostat. Now I went ahead and reattached the bar to the thermostat using the screwdriver and the screw. And now we are going to take the thermostat and maneuver it back through the hole on the front of the oven. Now this is going to be a little bit of an awkward process. You're going to need to do a bit of maneuvering and use a little bit of elbow grease to make sure that you fully push the thermostat through. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now you're going to make sure that you're lining the bar up with the screw holes on the inside of the oven. We'll reattach the screws and then we're going to use the nut and the wrench to attach the thermostat to the front of the oven as well. Now that we've finished reinstalling and attaching the new thermostat to the oven, we can reinstall the base. To reinstall, take the base, take the side of the holes towards the front, and then simply slide it into the oven. You're going to need to take the back in first and then position the front corners into the pizza oven. We'll then take our screws and reattach the base to the oven using the screws and holes on either side of the oven, the base of the oven, and then next to the crumb tray. Now that I've finished installing the screws, I'm going to go ahead and carefully flip the oven over. I can now reattach the oven knobs, install the crumb tray, and reinstall the oven tray. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to give us a call. Our number is 216-587-3400, extension 112.